Hello and welcome to the Launching Global Champions Tour here in Estoril, Cascais for this wonderful Portuguese ninth stage of the tour. We've got some wonderful guests joining us and Ali Vance alongside me. Ali, we're having a lovely week, aren't we?
We certainly are. I can't believe this is my first time at this event in Cascais. I think I've done all the other Global Champions Tours, but this is the first one here, and it is lovely, I have to say. It's very relaxed, laid back, stylish like they all are, but there's something quite unique about this one. I really like it.
Where have you been? Well, you need to come more, definitely on the next few years.
I can't believe I haven't been, I know, but yeah, this one is definitely top of the list for next year, certainly.
Absolutely. Well, loving our week, and delighted to say joining me is Georgina Bloomberg of Miami Glory and top US rider with us, and Duarte Guedes as well, the president of the event here. Now, we just mentioned, Duarte, to come to you first, the wonderful event here in Portugal, but here, I mean, we're into our 12th year of the event. It's one of the founding events of the tour.
Yes, we are in the tour since the beginning, and this is the 12th edition, and it's amazing. It's a long way we have done. We started just 4 or 5 shows, and we are 15. We were very little, and now we are very big and very important. And we used to say we had to jump a lot of oxes to arrive where we are. That's correct.
Well, a big stretch to get here, and it's been worth it all the way, hasn't it? Now, you've been involved in sport here, in all manner of sport, in sailing, in golf, all in this region.
Yeah, you know, Nelson Mandela told once that sports has the power to change the world. And I believe that, in reality it was like that. Sport had the power to change Cascais, and we changed with a sports event. Since 16 years, 15, 16 years, our strategy of promoting the region was based on sports events, events that fit well with tradition, with the culture, with the space of Cascais. So we sponsor and we host very important events in sailing, in golf, in tennis, motorsports, and of course equestrian.
Well, it's been a huge success so far, which is great to our benefit, isn't it?
It certainly is. Well, what is it about equestrian then? Why do you think that fits the region? And how popular will tonight's show be? I mean, we've got big stands behind us. Obviously, the VIP area is going to be full, but is it a very, how important is this event in the region, in the town?
Yes, it is very important. Not only, horses have a lot of tradition here in Cascais since 100 years. And this is where we are. It was built in the 40s, 50s, and then they stopped completely. And we rebuilt it to recreate the horses in Cascais. But since in 18th century, that horses are related with Cascais. So there's a tradition, a culture of horses here. Yes, definitely.
Well, it's great to be at the root of that. Georgina, you're part of the tradition here this week, but it's first time here for you as well. And I can see by the smile on your face, you've been enjoying it already.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been a wonderful week so far. We've enjoyed being here. It's a beautiful city. It's a beautiful setting. And it's first time here for me. So it's very rare that as a rider we get to travel to a horse show that we've never been to before. So that's exciting as well.
Well, you're ramping things up with Miami Glory this week, aren't you?
I am, yeah. Actually, we have Kian back now from an injury, so we're excited to have him back, and he's in top form right now. I'm riding a sort of younger horse, so I'm happy to have him as a teammate, and we have Scott coming in as well for tomorrow. So I have a great team around me, and I'm looking forward to being out there.
So you're using the full strategy while you're here?
Absolutely. I'm giving myself a shot, but it's nice to know I have some great team members to fall back on.
Well, that'll be good fun. But we've been watching all the teams, haven't we? We've been following it closely, and Saint-Tropez Pirates are top of the list at the moment.
They are doing very well at the moment, yeah, Saint-Tropez Pirates. So it's Julia Nepia and Simone Deleste who'll be representing them this weekend. But Georgina, going back to this is your first time in Cascais, just the same as me. What for you or what for the riders makes a good show? Is it all about what we see here? Is it all about this kind of green square, the jumps, the facilities for the horses? Or is there certain shows that you quite enjoy to perhaps go out and tag on a bit of a holiday? I know that you're here with your son. Yeah. Those kind of things make a bit of difference, don't they?
Absolutely. I mean, obviously, for us, having the horses healthy and happy and the welfare of the horse is of the utmost importance. And if you have, a nice arena for the horse to jump on, good footing, good stabling, obviously that's the number one thing that we look for as riders. But it's also nice to be able to come to a place where you can enjoy with your family and have a bit of a vacation as well. I think adding on to that, if we have a stand full of people cheering us on, that's really the best of both worlds. And we've gotten to travel and compete in some amazing places, especially through the Global Champion Tour, and we all really appreciate that as riders. But being able to mix it up and have a vacation and also the people and the attention of the city is just really quite amazing. And I think that we're going to have that here tonight.
Because Duarte, when you're not organising this event, you're part of the tourist board here. Am I right? You're president of the Cascais Tourism Board. Is it a very touristy area here? There's lots to do. I mean,
yes,
certainly lots of sports.
No, the tourism industry is very important here, and we have 38 hotels, nearly all 5-star, 4 and 5-star hotels. We have everything that suits for tourism, quality tourism. I mean, restaurants, Congress Palace, it's everything we have here. It's a town made for tourism. It was built at the beginning. It was a little town from a fisherman, but very fast became a town for tourists. It's made for them. Yeah, it's very important.
Georgina, to come to you, putting a different hat on, we've talked about how lovely it is to be here, but it's a bit all or nothing because you're also here not only as part of the team but as a team owner involved in that. So you've got a lot of pressure on this week as well.
Yeah, absolutely. It's interesting to be an owner and a rider of a team. I know there's a couple of teams who have people who are in the same position as I am, and it's a bit of a balance. Obviously as a rider, I want to be out there and I want to be competing and bringing horses along, but at the same time, you also want your team to be successful. And sometimes that means, especially for me, being able to take a step back and say, I don't have the horsepower for this week, or maybe this horse show isn't the right setting for this particular horse. And it's important to have good team members to fall back on. And I think I've done that a few times where I've said, listen, there's somebody else who is going to be better suited to jumping, who's here on our team, who can hopefully put in a better result. And sometimes you have to take a step back as well and play smart like that.
So it's strategy all the way for you.
Absolutely, it is. The team doing well is of the utmost importance, and if I get to be a part of that, that's great. But if I'm not, I'm still a part of the team and I'm still rooting them on.
Mix and match all the way. And we've seen quite a few teams doing that now, haven't we? Which is really fascinating. Now we're at leg 9 of the series. It's been interesting looking how that all comes together.
What I think is quite interesting is that it's not always the first 2 riders that start on day 2 that do the second day. So it's not just mixing and matching event to event. You might have a squad of 3 riders, and the first 2 riders will do one day, and then 2 riders, depending on form, will do the next day. So it is quite interesting. And I guess as the Global Champions League develops, it's the second year of Global Champions League. I mean, it's got an exciting future, would you say, Georgina?
Absolutely. It's been a huge honor to be a part of it from the first show on. I think every year it's going to get more and more exciting, and it's going to grow more and more. I think that you're going to see changes every year. I think that obviously there were a lot of changes this year that we had from last year, and I think next year you're going to see more. I think that everyone's still figuring out the format and what's going to be the best for the riders and also for the crowds, and what's going to be the most spectator friendly. I think that with each show, different teams are taking on different strategies. We've done that in Paris. I jumped the first day, and then I decided that the second day would be a bit big for my horse, and I might very well do that here as well. So I think every horse show and every team is going to produce a different result and a different strategy, and it'll be interesting to see how it develops throughout the years.
Different options with different players. I mean, you've got Scott Brash, Dennis Lynch, and Paris Salon, if I'm right, in your team. I mean, you've got a really good group to mix it around with.
Absolutely. I think we have a great team, and we have some different sorts of riders with different horses that are going to go better in different settings. I'm going to do the best I can. I am a little low on horsepower. I have some sort of younger, more inexperienced horses, and it's nice to know that if I take a step back, our team is still going to be in a good spot.
Well, going to be a hard force for the end of this year and for next as well.
Absolutely.
Duarte, to come to you, I mean, you've seen the team event now. You've come to a couple of the venues in the lead up to this as well and seen how it's moved up a gear again.
Yeah, I think the league, it's very important. I think we have lived in the Global Tour, let's say 10 years of evolution, and the league was a revolution in the equestrian sport. And I believe very much in this league. I think it's the future, yes.
Certainly changing things around. We're looking forward to another leg to get underway very shortly, aren't we?
We certainly are. Yeah, I'm going to be out having a look at the course behind us. I can see lots of the riders already checking it out, and it's a very different arena here, and it's very nice with the Global Champions Tour that all the arenas are so different that you might have to have different horsepower to suit surfaces, grass arenas, different sort of settings and characteristics. So this one is certainly big. It reminds me a little bit of Hamburg in terms of the scale of the big grass arena, and of course the course designer Frank Rothenberger, he's here as well, and he certainly uses every inch of the arena.
It's been interesting looking through. There's a couple of, I've been going through the list today, there's a few of the combinations that were in Hamburg that have come here, Georgina, and you can see how people have looked at that strategy.
Absolutely, especially coming off of the last two, we've gone from 2 very small sand rings to now a big grass arena, and it's going to be a bit of a challenge, especially not having a couple of warm-up classes or smaller classes. You really need an experienced horse that can come into a situation and not only jump in a big grass arena that they're not used to, but also under lights.
I asked Frank Rothenberger about that. I said, is there going to be any leniency given that there was a warm-up arena, warm-up last night? Is there any leniency? This is the first big 5-star. And he went, no, not at all. He said, the riders could warm up last night, surely, or this morning. So expect it's going to be big.
It'll be a tough one, but that's part of what makes this tour exciting, is that you have some of the best horses and riders in the world here. It'll be an interesting result.
Well, we wish you the very best. Duarte, Georgina, thank you very much. Have a fabulous week. Enjoy, and as much as you can enjoy being behind the scenes as well, and the pressure on you guys. Good luck to Miami Glory. Hope it'll be fabulous all the way.